How many naked people have you seen since you moved here?
I remember dancing with that boy on that corner to that song.
I wish that I could like
get
everyone to see that. It would be amazing.
Being good looking or pretty is not the price you pay to live in this world. You are so much more than what you look like.
But if I had like a dream scenario.
Here's the butt.
Our most asked question is Dani coming back to the show? This is vodka.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Vegan View. So today we're going to be doing a Q&A. You guys always send us some amazing questions and we never get a chance to answer all of them. So today we're going to address as many as we can. And yeah,
let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so for the love of Tessa asks, can you please talk about how you stay strong when being vegan in social situations?
I don't know, for me, being vegan is something that I don't feel like I have to justify. I feel like I've done enough research, and I have not made an uninformed decision when going vegan, and so I don't feel like it's something I have to battle against and with. So if anyone comes at me with any opinions or anything mean, I respect myself and my decision enough to know that what I've decided is on purpose and that my life looks like it does on purpose. I know you've said that before to me, and I love that. And if someone is truly being mean to you over and over again, I think that's bullying, and I don't think that they deserve your time and your effort and friendship, because friendship is such a special, beautiful thing. Why would you want someone bullying you all the time? But once or twice, we can always step on each other's toes. Everyone has an off day, so know that your decision is your own, and you can either confront someone if they're being really mean to you, or just generally spend a little less time with them.
And also, if you're talking about being tempted in a social situation, like if you're at an office party and there's a cake or something, two things that I recommend would be eat beforehand or bring your own type of vegan foods, and especially something that you can share with other coworkers or family members, whatever. That way you're not super hungry and tempted to eat that non-vegan thing, because the worst is going into any social situation when you're hangry or hungry. You just don't make good decisions that way. And then also, when I look at a non-vegan cupcake or a donut or something, or pizza, I can appreciate that it looks really delicious and that it tastes really good, or that it probably tastes really good, but I see what it actually is. I know that that cupcake is from milk from a dairy cow, and I've done tons of research like you have on how that came to be and how that came to be a product that was used to make this cupcake. And it looks like a sweet, unassuming little treat, but actually there's a lot of suffering and there's a lot of just really bad stuff in there. So I really try to see non-vegan food as what it is, and it almost doesn't even look like food to me. So it doesn't, and the more you do that, the more it's kind of easy to avoid that temptation, and it isn't really tempting. Sometimes people, when I'm out, they'll be like, oh, is it okay if I take a bite, or how do you not want to have a bite of this or whatever? And I'm like, it's not food, animals aren't food.
I think the longer you're vegan, the easier it gets to deal with these kinds of situations. You just kind of roll them off your back.
Chef Steph asks, what's something you hated before going vegan and eventually liked a lot? Mine's black beans. Not mine, Steph's.
I used to hate mushrooms.
Really?
I hated the texture. I thought they were so slimy and gross,
mushrooms.
and now I love them. Especially because there's so many fun ways to make them in vegan dishes that they can be really hearty.
I just made scallops out of mushrooms.
Yeah,
oh my god, they were so
Love
good.
doing that.
Mushroom carnitas.
The king oyster.
But did you eventually start liking it because they were just in dishes, or did you try them?
I think because I would go out to eat and a lot of vegan places would have mushrooms in them, or adding pizza toppings.
I was
it's
gonna say mushroom
very
truffle pizza.
It's a very easy, hearty thing to add to pizza. Pizza sounds so good right now.
What about you?
I love it.
Veganese.
Oh.
I didn't like mayo at all. Just the smell of mayo, I hated. It would make me nauseous, and I love Veganese now. It could be because I had a dill ranch recipe, and everyone seems to like it just as much as I do, so that's nice. But put that on everything, and now I'm just a Veganese girl. So in general, our most asked question is Dani coming back to the show? Some of you asked her if she would like to be on as a guest, and we haven't talked about this yet, but Dani did post about it on her Instagram, so you can check out that post. But Dani has decided to not be on YouTube anymore, just to take a little time off to be a full-time mom. And as her friends, we 100% support her and whatever decisions she's going to make.
Yeah, what's important to us is that she's happy, and if YouTube doesn't make her happy anymore, then she shouldn't do it. And so, yeah, we just want our friends to be happy.
Yeah.
So, you know, we were really sad, obviously. We miss her and we love her so much. So, you know, I hope that you guys still enjoy the show, and, you know, it's not like...
A lot of you said that you love the show still, so that means a lot to
But
us.
at the same time, you know, we would never want to pressure someone or force someone into doing something that they don't want to do. So, yeah.
We respect Dani's decision, and we hope that you guys will as well. You know, being a mother is a full-time job, and that's something that she's focusing on, and we are very supportive of that, and we hope you guys will be supportive of her decision and also of our show moving forward with the three of us. We love creating this. We have no intentions of stopping anytime soon, so hopefully this answers that question for some of you. Okay, so new beginning, just asked, being new to the Instagram and blog world, what are your number one tips for being successful? Would love your opinions.
Well, first of all, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Like, Instagram is not the end all be all. YouTube is not the end all be all. I think a lot of people get caught up with, they want to be a blogger and they're like, I gotta get all the followers. And it's quality over quantity. It really truly is. Even though there will be brands that you encounter that are like, I don't want to work with you because you don't have 200,000 followers. That's okay. There will be brands that will look at you and say, you have followers that love what you're saying and they respect you and they enjoy your content, and I can see that, and I want to work with you because your brand aligns with my brand and that kind of thing. So first and foremost, just you need to be talking about something that you're passionate about. Otherwise, just don't do it. Because
you won't be able to. The amount of work that goes into it,
you
and
have
the
to love
consistency,
it.
you have to really love what you're doing.
Yeah. Number 2 is don't do it for the money. You're not going to make money blogging or Instagramming or YouTubing
time.
For years.
Yeah.
I've been blogging since 2011, and I didn't start making money off of it until like probably at least 3 or 4 years into it. So you have to be willing to grind, put out consistent content, not make a lot of money. And really just, it needs to be from the heart. Like, it needs to be doing something that you love. So I would just say, like, focus on that. Don't focus on the followers. Focus on building a community with people that do follow you and other bloggers that are doing similar stuff to you.
I think something too is that a lot of times people don't see the amount of work that goes into it on a day-to-day thing. They see these bloggers who are getting all this success and it seems like their life is so fun. They get a huge makeup deal or whatever it is, and they don't see that, it took years. I've had my YouTube channel for 7 years. I'm just about to hit 100,000 subscribers, which is very exciting, and I'm happy about that. But also there are some people who it seems like it happens overnight and you get so frustrated, like, how did that happen? It seems like it was so easy, but really I think you build a quality connection with your viewers and you feel like you're working for them in a sense, where if you do it kind of slowly and again, like really consistent, I think consistency is a really big important thing too.
Yeah.
And add value. That's something that I've heard that really helps me, because sometimes when you have like 30 views on a video or something, you're like, who am I making this for besides, 15 of those views are me and my mom. Like, who are these 15 people? Why am I doing this? Why am I working so hard to create this content? And I think if you feel like you're actually giving something that is like helping someone in some way, so any kind of value, that is going to make it feel a lot more worthwhile, and that will keep you going.
Yeah, I love that. And I also love what you said about like looking at other people. You cannot compare yourself. Like, it's a completely different ballgame. Everybody has their own story, their own journey. Like, you will be miserable if you're constantly looking at bloggers in your field that are growing. I mean, there's bloggers that started way later than me that blew up and have millions of followers. There's bloggers that started before me that don't have as many followers. So it's just, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lift Love Vegan asked, do you all like living in LA, or would you consider living elsewhere? If so, where? I just moved here. So I've only lived here for a few months, but they know, and my boyfriend's sick of hearing it. I'm obsessed with LA. I love it so much. I think that, with any city, you take the good with the bad. A lot of people, city life is not for them. It 100% is for me. So I really feel like I belong here and I could see myself living here forever. I think it's the best place in the world and I never want to leave. But if I had like a dream scenario.
Just a butt?
Just a dream scenario. If I was just swimming in cash, I would have an apartment in New York City because I love New York City so much. I would only want to go there in the months where it's not snowing and it's not super hot.
Well, it's hot in the summer.
Yeah, I would want to do spring and fall. And then I would want to have a place in Palm Springs that I could decorate all 60s and 70s and have like a pool and just go there for the weekends. And then I would have a place in LA.
I love LA. I moved out here when I was 18. I'm 30 now. They always make fun of me because I'm like, I'm 30. I'm 30.
I'm 30.
And then when she's like, why do people know that I'm 30? We're like, I don't know. Crazy.
So a long time, and I lived in New York in the middle, like from 25 to 26, but the rest of the time I've been in LA, so my whole adult life has been here. I love it. It feels like home. I love just driving through West Hollywood in particular, and I mean really everywhere in LA, and it just feels like, okay, I remember dancing with that boy on that corner to that song, and I remember like being there with my mom, I remember being there with my friends. Like it just feels like very lived in and comfortable to me at this point, and I love it. But I do think that it would be really nice to maybe eventually still be close to LA, but have something that's a little bit more, there's just a little bit more land, a little more space. When you live in LA for a long time, the prospect of like a parking spot, like a driveway and a laundry room in your apartment.
What's that?
It's like luxury.
Yeah.
That
pretty
is
luxe.
like, I mean, that would be making it for me. So I just think that would be things like that just make your life a lot easier. You don't even realize. Just having those types of, amenities would be really nice, and to have them, to have the land. I would love to have like a garden. And
I was going to say a garden would be amazing.
I really want a garden, and I just want like a little bit more space one day, but I still want to be really close to LA. I love California though, so definitely somewhere in California.
I love LA. But I also really like Colorado a lot, but it snows, so I don't know if I can handle that. I've never lived somewhere where it snows for winter. I visited, and I'm like, it's so fun. But living in snow, I mean, it rained for 2 weeks straight here, and I was unstable, to say the least. I was like, I can't live like this. I was looking up tickets to Hawaii. So I really do love it here, but it's because I grew up in Texas and I really just didn't feel at home. I grew up in a very small town and I was very different. I didn't really feel, I don't know, like not safe, but kind of safe where I lived. It was a safe neighborhood, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And so when I got here, it was like a huge sense of no one is looking at me. And I want to cry when I say that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It was like all the pressure came off of me when I lived here.
Yeah.
And like, I thought the people
are really accepting.
I thought they would be,
being different, and your uniqueness is celebrated here. Whereas like,
which is so funny because like everyone thinks everyone is so fake here. And yes, there are people who will not talk to you if they don't know your number of Instagram followers, and then they're suddenly super interested. Like, they're social climbers, of course. Yeah. But people don't care. You can be pogo sticking down the street naked, and everyone's like, namaste on your journey.
Yeah. And also there's so many like normal people here. My sister just moved here, and she sometimes will feel self-conscious if she's not wearing a cool outfit to go out and about, and I look like I'm cleaning the garage. Like it does not, people don't look at you. There's so many people here. There's so many different types of like just very normal people here that it's not like everyone walking down the street looks like Kim Kardashian. It's like very, very few actually do.
No, but I love that about LA, the like fashion aspect of it all. Like people wear the weirdest shit here.
Yeah, at that coffee shop yesterday, we were just like,
and I love it.
Yeah.
Like as someone who loves fashion,
go out and not be
you're celebrated for your creativity. And like I moved here from Orange County, which I also love Orange County, but there's a little bit more like, it's a little bit more homogenous there, and like wearing weird outfits, you will get stared at there because it's just not as normal. But out here, like you literally could be naked. It's great. I don't recommend
not
it.
Not that we do that, but
you might get arrested.
How many naked people have you seen since you moved here?
I mean, it's
not fully naked, but like partially naked. I've seen quite a few.
pieces of.
And I've only been here for a few months.
She texted us.
It's great. Move here.
When she moved here, and she was just like, "Oh, I saw." Should I say it?
Yeah.
She saw some guy just whip out his penis.
Yeah.
Like, walking down the street, and Nicole and I were like,
That's normal.
"Yeah, it's pretty normal."
I'm very recently, I remember parking my car and there was a guy just literally peeing, and I was like,
Yeah.
You're like,
You see a lot of people peeing in public here.
yeah. Well,
Which,
I mean, it's
so-
really hard to
Gotta-
find
we gotta tell you,
parking.
we talked it up so much.
I know.
Well, this is what it is, though.
Yeah,
You're
No,
never
but it's hard to
bored.
find parking, so maybe it's like they just can't. I mean,
I get it.
Nicole,
Yeah.
do you need a parking spot?
I park in my house.
Come park in my garage.
okay, both of them have parking spots. Whatever.
Well, you live in like LA proper. We live in the outskirts.
We're a little like.
Oh, sorry. I touched the mic.
What are some fun dates to go on with friends that don't revolve around alcohol?
Ooh.
We actually don't drink that often together. So
Although it sounded like it.
we don't drink that very much together.
This is vodka.
So, things that I like to do, obviously go out to eat. You don't have to drink when you go out to eat. I love going to the movies. I think it's so fun. I love just like walking around places, like going shopping, like going to the Grove.
window
walking
shopping.
around. Yeah.
walking
you go on a
activity.
hike.
Also, if you like around the holidays and stuff, if you do something like a cookie decorating party or something, you can.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like alcohol. A lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I don't like drinking and having sweet things at the same time. It just makes
I feel sick.
it doesn't make me feel very good. So if you're doing something that's like dessert where you're having your friends over for like cookies or cakes or whatever, it's nicer to have that kind of in the afternoon with a cup of coffee or cups of tea, and there's no expectation of
yeah.
alcohol.
I also, one thing that we really want to do together is have like a vision board making party. And we wanted to do it in January, but we haven't done it yet. But I feel like that's a really fun
It's
thing to
gonna
do.
happen.
You know, I feel like you can do it at any time in
Yeah.
the year. But I think that's a fun thing to do because you can like be creative. Like you can have like some mocktails.
Yeah,
and
or
some
LaCroix,
snacks. Yeah. Go thrift shopping.
I was gonna say that.
antique
Although-
shopping.
Although thrift shopping, like any kind of shopping when you're like a little bit buzzed is always amusing.
yeah, that's
Just
true.
saying.
I thought you were gonna say
But
last time I went thrift shopping.
But dangerous.
I found a napkin in my pocket.
What?
You went last time you got that thrifted thing. And
Oh
you were
yeah!
like-
Wow,
you're
you
like-
have a good memory. I wasn't
Because I
drinking.
remember
That was a great find.
Nicole's like, I don't really like to thrift shop. Like, it's sometimes I'm scared it's gonna be dirty. And I was like, it's fine.
There was a napkin, like a
Pulls
tissue.
out an old tissue. And I was like,
That was a gift for someone else too.
That was still such a good jacket, though. Like,
know.
you look past the dirty tissue.
I remember Anna and I were like, but aren't you having fun now?
Mylena, 1988, said, if there was one message you could shout out into the world for everyone to hear, what would it be? Ooh, that's deep.
I mean, I have two, but the first one would be.
Give them both. Don't hold back.
Okay. The first one is just that it's a Martin Luther King said it, and it was basically that there's good and bad in everyone, and that no one is all good or all bad, and even your thoughts are not all good or all bad. It's not like we're positive people or like bad people.
Yeah.
Everyone is a little bit of a mixture of both, and I think when you understand that, it's a lot easier to be compassionate and also to be compassionate towards yourself. So yeah, that, and then also to take your time. It's something that I'm working on right now, but I think this idea of like, we want success right away, we want stability right away, we want everything to happen right now. And I just recently watched the Jane Fonda documentary, which I cannot recommend enough. It's on HBO. She's in her 80s now, and it really shows you how even sometimes when you're that age, you can look back at entire decades of your life and it seems so short in certain ways, but it feels so long when you're in it. So taking your time and just kind of appreciating the chapter or the season that you're in right now versus feeling like you're not doing enough because it's not all happening right now.
I wish there was a way to express to people the sentience of animals. Like, I wish I could, I don't know if there's like a way I could just say it with words, but I wish that I could like put my goggles on everybody and have them see that animals are individuals with feelings and, you know, they have their own lives and thoughts and personalities, and I just wish that people could see that. And I know some people kind of see it because they have dogs, but they don't really see it with other animals, and it's not different with dogs. Dogs are not any more special than pigs or cows. Like, those animals also have personalities and quirks and thoughts just like different dogs do. So I wish that I could like
Yeah.
get everyone to see that. It would be amazing.
Yeah.
And I also would like to tell, I wish if I could go back to my younger self, I would make sure to tell her, like, the only opinion that matters about yourself is your own. Like, everybody in your life is going to give you opinions your entire life about how you should be, what you should do, how you should act. And as long as you're happy with you, that is the only thing that matters. Like, don't try to make anybody else happy in your life. You only get one life. Do it for yourself.
Yeah. I love that.
Amen.
I really love that. Yeah. For me, this is something I struggle with. I'm going to give two because they're closely related. You don't have to apologize for taking space up in this world. You are entitled to be there, and you're entitled to what you have. Like, I just see so many people, even myself included. I will apologize to someone who's bumped into me all the time.
Yeah.
And it's bad. It's not your fault for just existing. And then along those lines, like, being good looking or pretty is not the price you pay to live in this world. You are so much more than what you look like.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, someone was messaging me the other day, and they're telling me they're having trouble feeling like they could speak about their experiences because they feel like they're nothing. And I was like, go through. And it's just sad because I'm like, I understand that because I've been there when I was younger. And I just always suggest this is kind of an acting exercise, but I think it's so good for you to do personally and not just about characters. Go through and write down, like, everything you are. Like, I'm a daughter, I am a sister, I am a woman of color, I'm a girlfriend, like, all these different things, gay, straight, like, whatever. Write all these things out. You're going to see how incredibly multifaceted you are as a human being, and being good looking doesn't freaking matter. Like, of course it's fun to, like, play with makeup and stuff like that, but that's just something that I'm like, I don't know, I hear people complain about stuff sometimes. I'm like, you're such an incredible individual. Like, that's not all you have to offer, and I wish everyone could feel that way.
I love that. It reminds me, I was listening to a podcast recently, and they were saying that if you were in a job interview, you would have your resume and you would say, I deserve this amount of money because I have done this and I learned this from that, and I've acquired this, these skills, and I have this much experience. But in our life and in our emotional life, we don't take inventory of that and review that and let that kind of bolster how worthy we feel. It's not like, oh, I learned from this experience and I don't really let this bother me anymore, and I've developed these tools and therefore I, feel more confident in that way. We forget sometimes to reflect, like you said, and to be, and to to feel really good about the space that we're taking up, and like, we deserve it. We've earned it. Yeah.
I feel like so many people are telling us what we should be, what we should look like, that we forget there's a person inside of this body that is so much more expansive than what the outer shell that we live in.
Yeah. I love that.
You have a lot of life you've lived.
Yeah.
Even 4-year-olds are freaking fascinating. So. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions, please leave them down below. We hope you liked this episode and you got to know us just a little bit more. Check out our individual channels and social medias down below, and we will see you soon in a new video.
Bye.